So, one of the most well-known immune responses to a pathogen is the presence of a fever. And fevers are basically just when your body temperature rises to above the normal amount. It is classified as being a fever when your body temperature reaches above 38 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but basically, it's your body trying to cook out the pathogens. Now, since most human pathogens are what are known as mesophiles, which basically means they prefer a moderate body temp or moderate temperature overall, and that usually corresponds with the regular human body temperature. Now, many of these mesophilic bacteria don't do well at high temperatures because the increased temperature causes the bacterial proteins to degrade and slows the bacterial reproduction and all that. However, the bacteria like the normal body temperatures, but your body also prefers your normal body temperatures. So there's also a lot of things that happen to your body when you have a fever. So when a pathogen is detected in your body, your cells will release these things called cytokines, and cytokines are basically just signaling molecules that tell your body to do stuff, and there's a specific class of cytokines called pyrogens. These pyrogens go to your hypothalamus, part of your brain. That's the part that regulates body temperature, and it's basically like, hey, we've got some stuff in here that shouldn't be in here, let's turn it up. Then your brain and body and all that's like, great, let's kill these motherfuckers, and then they cause the internal body temperature to be increased to a temperature above what the pathogens typically like. Now, this has two main functions. One of them is to slow the pathogen growth, and the other one is to increase the rate of the immune response, because lots of immune cells do work better and faster at higher temperatures. Now, like I mentioned before, pathogens really don't tend to like these high temperatures, but neither do your body cells. So when you're running a fever, it basically just makes you really uncomfortable for the duration of it. You're just miserable, it sucks, and it is just overall a really bad time. If you've ever had a significant fever, you just feel like absolute and utter shit. But ideally, the fever runs its course, your immune system deals with all the pathogens, and you start feeling better in a couple days. However, that is not always the case. If your fever starts to run above 42 degrees Celsius, that's when problems can happen, because that is the temperature in which brain damage can happen. And you do need your brain to do most things, although some people may not use it. There are medications you can take in order to reduce fevers. However, unless your fever is close to the threshold where it becomes damaging to your own cells, most of the time, again, don't take my exact advice on this because I am not a doctor. Talk to your doctor if you are feeling sick and feeling like you have a fever and all that. Don't take advice from a random person on the internet. But unless you are approaching the threshold of the fever becoming dangerous, generally, you just want to let it run its course in order to cook out all of the pathogens. So, anyways, I just think fever is a very interesting approach to clearing pathogens, because basically it's your body going, well, let's see which one of us dies first.